You know, next week there's only 2 films here that aren't from the United States. You got Grabbers again, and you've got the Wedding Video. I think Wedding Video is English.
Yeah. It didn't look very good.
Why the fuck can't we get non-American films for once? There's nothing against America, but we have 3, 6, 15, there's only like 18 films on next week, and 16 of them are American.
How many of them come from Hollywood?
I think all of them do.
Oh.
It's perfectly, that's a fine line up, I suppose, if you're in the United States, but I'd like us to get other countries' films. I realize I realize this happens because American films make more money. It's just irritating.
Oh well.
Yes. We saw Grabbers, which the chances are, let's be blunt, you probably won't get to see because it's probably not going to air anywhere outside of Ireland, well, until it hits DVD.
When it hits DVD, I would actually recommend picking it up. It was a pretty good watch.
It was fun. I wanted to go to see it based on a poster I saw online, which actually wasn't the poster they used in there. If I'd gone by the poster they used there, I would have expected it to be a silly romp comedy. This one, the poster I saw made it look like an Irish version of Tremors, and it was very apt.
It pretty much was Tremors, except in the sea.
Well, Ireland wasn't in the sea.
They were in the sea for a lot of it.
But part of it.
Okay.
Irish Tremors, and it stars, if you saw Coupling, the original version of Coupling, Richard Coyle, who played Jeff, by far the best character in Coupling, and once again he's not using his normal English accent, which is good because it's terrible when he uses an English accent, and he's the lead, and he'd make a very good doctor as well, but he wasn't really being eccentric in this one, which was irritating, and I can't fucking believe it. The film made me prefer the character of the invincible whiny bastard from Voyage of the Damned over Richard Coyle. How is that possible? Because, yeah, he was in it too.
Oh. I thought all the actors did a really good job in it. Apart from your guy, he isn't Lee Evans.
That's the invincible whiny bastard from Voyage of the Damned.
Is it?
Yeah. I wanted her to end up with him.
Ah.
I much preferred him.
That would have been a score for Nerdcore anywhere. I didn't like his portrayal.
And they didn't even, we always do spoilers, and there's always lesbians in every film we see, but the guy got the hit and he flew off, and the implication is where he's dead, but everyone who watches films like this knows you get hit and you fly away, to your certain doom, only to appear at the end of the film. So I was genuinely surprised when he didn't turn up again and then sort of help out.
Yeah, but we did get the whole "shut the fuck up, you motherfucker" moment. Except in this case, it was "shut your goddamn hole."
And we also had "get away from him, you cunt," I believe it was, as the woman came in a big.
A tractor.
It wasn't a tractor. It was
a JCB thing.
It was land mover.
If you're in America, you call it a backhoe.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Big thing, plate in the front, drives into things. Big ass aliens reference.
Arm on the back.
One thing I really got okay. If I was going to make one change and only one change, I would. The very start of it, the first thing you see is that the creatures alive on Earth via an asteroid. I wish they hadn't done that, because I don't think they understand how panspermia works, and I am so glad I got to use the word panspermia.
It tastes nice, panspermia.
It's got very little to do with having sex with pots. Because the monsters, they need blood and they need water to survive. I'm not sure why they need human blood, considering they're from an alien planet, but fuck it. Apparently they were on an asteroid and they went across through space, and they were fine when they got to Earth, even though the first thing that happens when you're in space, apart from being all like, ooh, I'm in space, every single bit of liquid in your body evaporates, regardless of temperature, because of...
It's a low-pressure differential.
Yeah, so...
It doesn't so much evaporate as it becomes...
Boils.
Yeah, It's not evaporation though. It's the process. I think it's irradiation.
It turns to vapor.
Yes, it becomes gaseous.
I think it's technically blown, but the scientists don't like to use it
Unless
because it
it's-
suggests heat.
Unless it's mercury.
But they get killed. They kill the things by keeping it away from either keeping it away from water, drying it out, or by
Starving it.
or by giving it poisoned water, poisoned with alcohol because it's Ireland, because they need excuses for everyone to get drunk. But how the fuck did it survive the asteroid thing? They could have just had no asteroid, have it come up from the ocean one day, and it's like, oh, it's an undiscovered species. But no, they put that in there, and they totally fucked up their whole thing.
But they didn't. No, they proved a couple of times whenever it dries out, it just goes into stasis. It doesn't die. So it was in stasis on the asteroid. They set fire to it and it didn't die.
No, well, they set fire to it and it didn't die.
About halfway through.
Yeah, but the final one was killed by fire.
Well, that's more just.
The first one only wasn't killed by fire because of the water thing came on, and that made it feel better because water makes them regenerate. But okay, fine, okay, it didn't survive because in damage in space. Earth's atmosphere, entry, fire. Their idea is still stupid.
Okay, the asteroid idea was a bit stupid.
Yeah,
But it felt very Shaun of the Dead-y. The whole film,
it was.
it was very good. It was a good watch, and it was the pitch for this movie was obviously, okay, we're going to make an Irish movie with people with Irish accents, and they need to survive. They need to get really drunk.
Pretty obvious when you think about it, really.
Yeah, it's Ireland.
But yeah, panspermia. It's whenever it's a theory about how life might have arisen on Earth, that there was microbial life forms on an asteroid that landed on Earth, and therefore became life as it evolved, which evolved on Earth. That's what panspermia is. Just in case you didn't know.
Oh, I thought it was sex with pots.
Unfortunately, not.
Oh.
But who else was in it? I really did not like the idea that the alcoholic had to for some reason when your blood. When you're drunk, makes you sort of poison the thing that's trying to eat you.
It's a vampiric organism that drinks your blood.
Why did the alcoholic have to be sober?
He
Just as a thing, we're like, oh yeah, randomly he's going to have to be sober. Why? I don't know.
Why? Because apparently we need one person to oversee everything, and then not oversee everything, go and sit in the car.
And they had a hurley stick on this. Okay, I wrote one of the movie script I wrote, which I've been trying to get made for years, has monsters in Ireland getting beaten up by someone with a hurley bat. I was like, oh, hurley bat, excellent. This is just, when you have a monster movie set in Ireland, this is a natural thing. If you look up a hurley bat, this is a really good bat for hitting people because it's very thin and it's quite light. So
Actually, that's what they were originally designed for. The sport was made after the bat.
okay, well, this thing is if you have like a little collection of things you want to use in case there's a zombie apocalypse, get yourself a hurley bat. One side of it's usually plated in metal.
Yeah, if a cricket bat's a longsword, a hurley bat is a battle axe.
A hurley bat's better than cricket. Cricket's actually more like a battle axe because it's heavier and it's sort of
It's a broadsword.
Well, hurley stick probably hurts as much as a cricket bat.
And will do a bit more damage before it breaks.
Yeah, and because of the metal plating, and it's a lot quicker to use. So, but they didn't even fucking use the hurley stick, and it's like.
He did use the rolled up magazine.
Yeah, okay, he used a rolled up magazine, but
It was my favourite scene
hurley
in it.
stick. It's
Favourite scene in it. The three of them are approaching the creature after the sprinklers have come on. One of them picks up a chair. The second one picks up a knife. The third one in the middle just looks around and goes, picks up a magazine and rolls it up. So fucking funny. It's just the most Irish thing to do.
one of the guys, the drunken guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, lol. The guy whose entire plot point is that he is always drunk.
Yes.
Did he not strike you as, okay, an alternate reality where he didn't die? The guy who played Father Ted playing Father Jack.
That's quite an accurate surmise, actually.
Yeah, it's like, if I didn't know for a fact that the guy who played Father Ted is dead, I would actually check IMDb to see if it was him.
Although they did have a sort of Father Ted-ish character.
Which one? Well,
The
they all.
vicar.
Hmm?
The actual person who led the church.
He was just an Irish priest.
An
Who,
Irish priest who got drunk and started shouting "fuck" a lot.
yeah, I don't think it's a particularly Irish, Father Ted thing. It's just an Irish person who's a priest in a comedy. And he's not raping children, so he's lovable. Wow, I don't think him doing anything. Honestly, if you got a bunch of people who are in a primarily Catholic area who are under siege by something, and you got a priest in there, I actually prefer Zsa Zsa Tourna because it's singing and flying zombies that they're taking on.
I don't know. I really liked the priest character for the tiny bit he had. It was there's a free bar and he's behind the altar and he just goes and walks off to the bar, and then later it was like, "What in the name of Jesus fuck is this?" Come on, there's some comedy in a priest saying that.
Not really seeing it.
Fine.
You've never come across foul-mouthed priests before? Is this some sort of amusing juxtaposition for you?
Well, you have to remember I've never been in predominantly Catholic areas or gone to a Catholic church.
Well, okay, you've never been in a Catholic church, but I hate to tell you this.
Yes.
Derry is predominantly Catholic. Derry's predominantly Catholic.
And I hide from that very well. I've never actually met a priest in there.
Have you not? Well, that's...
I've met nuns.
Well, the priests are keeping away from you, obviously, because they would want to have sex with you, but they know that you'd be okay with it, so therefore they'd get in trouble if they tried. Why do I get the feeling that the Catholic priests would actually get in more trouble if they had consensual sex than if they raped someone? I'm going to get so many nasty comments about this. Hi.
Hello, commenters. I'm that guy who's in these videos.
Yes, this is our Canarian.
Arnicarian.
Arnicarian, I apologize. And
this is Diamanda Hagan.
we filmed some stuff for a couple of videos today that are not going to go up for a while. My head is still square-shaped. Fuck my head. No, that's not in order. Grabbers was fun.
Go see it if you can.
Yeah.
Seriously, if it comes anywhere near you, go and see it.
They got their Wilhelm screaming very early. Like the second guy who died.
I always notice Wilhelm screams. Thank you, TV tropes.
Yep, and I don't know, I noticed the first thing, okay, you had these three fishermen on a ship, and I expected one of them to be one of the main characters. So, you got three guys, you got one of them is like classically handsome and clean shaven, and one of them is like, classically handsome but with a beard, and then the third one is fat with a beard, so I was like, fat guy with the beard's gonna die first. Then it's like, guy with the beard's gonna die second. It's like clean shaven guy. Did the third guy die?
He fell off the boat.
Okay, so they all did die, but I got the order right.
Yeah, but it was kind of like, these three people look like they could be main character material. They're being given a little bit of backstory, like that guy's father and other stuff. Oh, no, they're dead.
Yeah. Haven't quite been thrown like that since this Australian movie called Rogue, which is the world's finest giant alligator movie ever made. And halfway through, okay, you got the main character, woman's like, she's all da-da-da-da-da, and then you've got, Sam Worthington, playing this local bad boy who she's got a sexual connection with, and it's like, ooh, it's like Sam Worthington, he's gonna, be all like the leading guy, and then halfway through, I didn't expect that.
It's like the start of Scream.
Yeah, a bit like that, yeah.
Except not so.
With this one, he wasn't.
actors.
Yeah, well, Sam wasn't chosen because he was famous. This is before he was famous. It was just because it was. I admit his later stardom did help me convince me that he was going to survive. But also, when you're the roguish bad boy who's got a sexual connection with the leading lady in a monster movie,
You tend to live.
Yeah.
No.
So if you're ever in a monster movie, try to do that. I know he will.
Very few characters died.
That's true. There was like the couple. There was the three on the boat, and there was
There's the fat guy who took a piss.
Yeah. There was the English guy. Why didn't his blood poison the big one?
He only had 2 pints.
Oh.
That was a plot point.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He went up to get a second pint, then handed it to Paddy.
Everyone's called Paddy in this.
No, there was 2 Paddies and a Kieran. Oh.
It was, yeah.
There was an awful lot of drunk driving in this movie. I don't think that's good for the kids to see.
That's true.
But they kept putting their seatbelts on.
That's not logical. But either way, It was fun. It was Tremors-ish, but Irish.
And it had anal dentata.
One of the monsters looked like Beholder from I was going to say World of Darkness. Fucking hell, Dungeons and Dragons. So see it for that reason.
The other one looked like the brown starfish from the title of the movie that I can't say.
The big monster was also similar-ish to the monster from Deep Rising. In fact, if you take Deep Rising and you make it funnier, you put it in a small island in Ireland, you get rid of the mercenaries and you replace them with fishermen, and then you replace, what do you call him who says, now what, with this woman, and then you replace the woman that, Famke Janssen with the guy from Coupling, and you make it completely different, but with a monster that's similar in some ways, but not really. That's your movie.
That sounded really stoned.
Good. We're going to take notes for a new Hagan episode. It involves clowns.